Mrs. Adelen's wardrobe. Mrs. Adelen used to walk with elegance, not just on red carpets or at weddings, but in her own home, in the quiet halls of her youth. She was known throughout the town for her taste in fashion. Her shoes, polished, pointed and proud, always matched her handbags, and her handbags matched her dresses. But every stitch, every color, every shine had a purpose. She didn't just wear clothes, she told stories with them. People used to say, "You don't need a calendar when you see Mrs. Adelen. Her shoes tell you what season it is." Now, Mrs. Adelen is 84. Time, though gentle in some ways, has taken her strength. Her back bends like a question she can no longer answer, and she walks with crutches now, not the slim, silver kind, but heavy wooden ones, carved and clunky. The days of high heels and silk are behind her, but her wardrobe remains. It sits in the back room of her quiet home, in a large oak cabinet that smells of lavender and history. Inside it are memories, not just materials. Shoes with tiny golden buckles from her first trip to Paris. A blue clutch bag she carried the night her husband proposed. Red stilettos she wore to her daughter's wedding. A sequined handbag that danced in her hand during her 50th birthday party. To others, they are just objects. To her, they are her life. Her grandchildren, curious and fashionable in their own right, have long eyed her collection. "Grandma, you don't wear these things anymore," they told her one afternoon. "Let us have them. We'll wear them with pride." But Mrs. Adelen's smile faded. Her hands clutched her crutches tighter. "No," she said softly, but firmly. They didn't understand. They thought she was being selfish. "But you can't even wear them," they cried. "Why let them rot in the cabinet when we can bring them back to life?" The argument grew louder, spilling into the living room, pulling in the daughters. Now mothers themselves. They tried to reason with her. "Mama." One daughter said gently, "They're just clothes. You have so many, let them go." But Mrs. Adelen shook her head slowly, her eyes glistening with something deeper than anger. "They're not just clothes," she said. "They are pieces of me." No one replied. The room grew quiet, but the silence did not bring peace. The grandchildren stormed out, frustrated and confused. The daughters sighed, caught between understanding and exasperation. Later that night, Mrs. Adelen sat alone in her room beside the wardrobe. She opened it slowly, her frail fingers brushing the fabric as if greeting old friends. She didn't cry, but her chest ached with something heavy. It wasn't just about the shoes. It was about time, about memory, about how the world keeps turning even when you can't keep up with it. She looked at her reflection in the mirror, the same mirror where she once tried on lipstick and hats, where she once adjusted earrings and zipped up dresses. The woman looking back now was different, older, slower, softer, but inside a part of her still felt young, still felt beautiful, still wanted to wear those shoes, to give them away, to admit that she would never again wear those heels, would be to admit something else, that her time had passed, and she wasn't ready for that epilogue. Weeks later, her youngest granddaughter came quietly into her room. She didn't ask for shoes. She just sat beside her and said, "Grandma, can you tell me the story behind this bag?" Holding up a small black clutch with a broken clasp, Mrs. Adelen smiled, truly smiled for the first time in days. And just like that, the quarrel softened. The shoes remained, but the stories began to pass on.